Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Toronto Mounties. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Toronto Mounties. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they interplay here. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Call it officially a loss at 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got his target. That's more. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
They come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A 2nd straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Wentz. Going up top. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Starter introduction time now. Brandon Sheriff, Charles, really solid.
Tremendous player. A left tackle in college, has the versatility to play either tackle or guard in the NFL. No matter where you plug him, you're assured of an excellent performance.
On 2nd and 10, Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Fletcher Cox is a first-round pick who has fulfilled his promise. One of the best defensive linemen in the NFL.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And out now come the Eagles. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here is the home side to take over on offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Haskins.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change?
It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard, 78 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line, I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Wentz, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Brought down by Nate Gary. On 2nd and 9, Haskins got his man complete over the middle. That's Love. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by Trey Quinn. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Check, 53's mine. We own it. We own it.
On play action, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 23. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Mounties 3. Here we go. Ready? Check 41. Here we go.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Throwing is Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Here we go. Waiting. Right there. 56. Done. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. On the draw, here's Sanders. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. A first down and then some. 36 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Howard. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people and power his way forward.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Tressway now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A nice Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter. Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run with Howard. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. That'll be caught right side by Reed. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Haskins to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They're going to get 9 here on 1st down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And Sanders has got it complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Haskins looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Haskins to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Haskins. And that is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the draw, they go to Geis. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 53. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Haskins able to connect there with Richardson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first down, it's Haskins. And he rifles one incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And his kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you're that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This is fielded at the goal line. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 and about the 21-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And he will find his man on the outside. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
56 to Mike, boy, 56.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Wentz now to throw. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Let's go.
Right back to him on first down. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Let's go, defense. Our time.
On 2nd down, it's Vaughn. Finding some room at midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, Geis. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. They stay on the ground. Geis again. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Haskins letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And his kick is indeed good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Sanders. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
I know you felt that one.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Play action. Now Wentz. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw is Wentz. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. To throw, it's Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to Toronto. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Wentz to throw again. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. That is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here's Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw, Haskins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Check, 47.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Haskins will throw. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Third down, here's Geis. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
They certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wentz to throw, and that's incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz, and that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That's taken on the 25. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Haskins, and he slings one that's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been stymied left and right, converted only 1 time. This is 3rd and 7. Now Haskins to throw it. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards on the pickup there. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Ready. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. And it's getting that home.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Haskins to throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Haskins going to throw again. He gets it in the hands of Geis. No gain, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. And it's caught. Touchdown. Paul Richardson. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Wentz now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. On third down, it's Taylor. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard, 1:38 to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Haskins to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Here we go with Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Fourth down, here's Haskins. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks